Hello, my name is Shannon Nishimura, and I'm going to be teaching Tompkins strategy number 8. It's called clusters, and these are my second graders. The objective for this lesson is that students will create a word web or cluster, listing 2 to 3 related words for each of the given 8 vocabulary words, and score at least 20 out of 24 points. So let's get started. The students and I have already gone over their vocabulary words for this week. There are 8 of them, and we've also gone over their definitions. And the students have created flashcards with the vocabulary word on one side and the definition listed on the other. And students can use these to study with, and they're also going to use them to help as they work on their activity today. So all of these words have a common theme, and that is that they are related to weather and storms. And I've already talked with the second graders about the way that these words have affected us and the way we can connect to them, because we're living in an area where we were affected by Hurricane Sandy, and Hurricane Sandy was about one year and a couple days ago, and so we have personal connections, and we can use those personal experiences as we learn about these words. The activity that I'm going to have the students complete is this word web, where we write our topic in the center, and then there's 8 circles, and that's enough for one vocabulary word to be written in each circle. And then underneath, I've already completed this. I have found 3 related words for each of the vocabulary words, and I'm going to have the students complete this on their own. So I've passed out the worksheets for them to do, and I want for you guys to put one vocabulary word in each of the circles. Oh yeah, and also put weather and storms vocabulary in the center. Good job, Kelly. And while the students are doing this, I have already read them, the read aloud to go with this week's lesson. It's called Floods, Dangerous Water. It comes from the Houghton Mifflin Journeys Grade 2 Anthology, and this is just a very short story where the vocabulary words are used in context, and that will further help the students understand the meanings of the words. Are you guys finished? Okay. So for each of these words, I want you to try to think of 2 to 3 related words that are the same in meaning or might be related to whatever is written there. So I'm going to give you some time to work on that. Before you start, who can tell me why it is important to find words that compare in meaning to these different vocabulary words? Why is that important to find related words?
Let me know what those words mean too.
That's exactly right, Joel. If you know related meanings to these words, that means that you are comfortable with and you understand what the original vocabulary word means. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to give you some time to work on those. Mind I borrow these cards, Kelly?
Sure.
Don't think we're going to have time to get to the adaptations, but for a reteach, I chose 50 literacy strategies, possible sentences, and for an enrichment, I would create a PowerPoint memory game where the slides would be hyperlinked to one another and the students could work in pairs or in small groups to match the vocabulary words to their definitions. I did find an adaptation for a student with a visual impairment, and that is these note cards, which I have written on printed paper. They're also larger, and I was able to write them in larger print. So this wouldn't work for every student with a visual impairment. I would have to experiment to find what looks best, but for this particular student, this is an effective strategy. As you all are working on this, what are some tools you could use to judge if the words that you're thinking of are actually related in meaning? Like you might be kind of wondering if they are. What's a good way to tell for sure?
You can use a thesaurus.
Thesaurus? Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you could use?
A dictionary.
A dictionary. Very good. How about you, Joel? Can you think of anything else you might be able to use?
To try to replace it in a sentence.
Oh, very good. That's a very good way, Joel. How are you guys doing? Finding some words? Looking good? You still have some time? If you're having a hard time thinking of a word for one circle, then go to another one. Some vocabulary words are going to be easier to find similar definitions or similar words to than others. Okay. I see that you've written some words down. I'm going to let you continue to work on this later. But for now, I want to hear what you've written down. So I have, if I was in an actual classroom, I would use a whiteboard. But since I'm at home, I've created this poster board. And I'm going to write in red marker student words. And then maybe the words that you guys have written down will help someone else and they'll be able to say, that's a good word, and they can write it down on their activity sheet and they can use that to study because it's a word that's going to help them. So starting at pounding, can anyone tell me a word they've written down that's related to pounding? Kelly? Or
Banging.
Banging? Mm-hmm. How about you, Joel?
Something.
Oh, that's good. Like a headache, kind of. Or thumping on the door on the door. How about prevent?
Distort.
Ooh.
No, that doesn't sound like a great word.
How about you, Kelly?
Turn.
Mm-hmm. Very good. How about reach?
Let's stretch.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Kelly?
Extend.
How about for damage?
Harm.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Hurt.
Mm-hmm. How about for prevent?
Block.
Mm-hmm. And you, Kelly?
Stop.
Always excellent. How about for beware?
Caution.
Mm-hmm. How about you,
I
Joel?
don't know if this counts, but I put watch out.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm. You're telling someone to beware and to be careful. How about for flash?
Sudden.
And Joel, do you have one?
Example.
And the last one, equal.
Put down balance.
Balance. Very good. Did you think of one, Kelly?
Identical.
Ooh, very good. Let me see. might add some to the ones that I found. I did write down banging for mine. What about for pounding? What about hitting?
Good.
And bend. How about twist? Reach. Stretch. How about spread? Damage. How about ruin? Prevent. Avoid.
Ooh.
Beware. I wrote down alert. Flash. The context of the read aloud used flash as to display, like display a message. And equal, we have balanced and identical. How about even? Okay. Now later on, when the students have had more time to work on this, I would score them using this rubric, where for each of the vocabulary words, they could have as many as 3 points, and then I would add it up to the total, and I would want them to get between 20 and 24 points. Okay, and in closing, were there any definitions that were more difficult for you to understand than others?
Bend was the hard one to get synonyms for.
Okay, so then you can kind of make a plan and organize yourself as you study for the rest of this week. All right. Today the students learned how to create this word cluster, and they will use this information they learned to help them in the future. Thank you.